Salam Sajatera and good morning to all biology's teacher as well as anyone who watch our videos. I am Hezron L from 4 Dilemma and one of the representative from my group who will be presenting about voluntary and involuntary action. First of all, there are two types of responses in the body. Voluntary and involuntary action. I'll be presenting about the difference between them. Voluntary action is an action that is a conscious decision and done according to the willingness of the individual. This is controlled by the cerebrum, the largest part of the brain. The example of voluntary action is walking, greet to each other, or fighting. Stimulus is detected by receptor, then sent to the brain and will send to the effector. As nerve impulses to produce a response, this pathway involves 3 neurons and the reaction involves skeletal muscles. Now let's look at the involuntary action. Involuntary action is an automatic action that takes place without consciousness or willingness of the individual. This is controlled by medulla oblongata, that is located at the base of your brain. The examples of involuntary action is sneezing and breathing. Stimulus is detected by receptor, which will be sent to medulla oblongata. Then to effector is nerve impulses to produce a response. The pathway only involves 2 neurons and the reaction involves smooth muscle and glands. Another difference of voluntary actions and involuntary actions is, voluntary action involves the somatic nervous system, while involuntary actions involves the nervous autonomous system. Okay, that's all from me. The next presenter will present the rest of the topic.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. My name is Ahmad Nazim from class 4 Dilemma, and today I will be presenting about voluntary actions involving skeletal muscles, chapter 12.4 biology form 4. So for your better understanding, you can open your textbook page 227. So, first of all, what is voluntary action? Voluntary action is action that we are conscious of and done on our own will, such as walking, eating, drawing, and many more. For your information, voluntary action is being controlled by the big part of our brain called the cerebrum. So, what is voluntary action involving skeletal muscle? Voluntary actions such as walking and talking are under conscious control. Voluntary control of the skeletal muscle is governed by the cerebral cortex of the cerebrum, which is the biggest part of our brain. Information that reach the cerebral cortex or the conscious level result in a perception of the external environment. And since the information reach the cerebral cortex, that is our level of consciousness, our perception of the surroundings can be produced. Next is about the pathway of information transmission in voluntary action that involves skeletal muscles. Let's see. Okay, so this is the information pathway of the voluntary action involving skeletal muscle. First of all, the stimulus occurs when the teacher's question pupils. The next is the pupil receptors receive the stimulus and transmit the nerve impulse of the cerebrum through the sensory neuron. Next, the cerebrum interprets the nerve impulse to be sent to the effector. The effector, which is the skeletal muscle, will receive the information and the pupil will raise his hand to answer the question, which is the response. So, that is all from me. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Wellyjerald and this part of video is about voluntary action. Voluntary action are conscious actions such as walking, running, and talking. Since the information reaches the cerebral cortex, our perception of the surroundings can be produced. This is how the information pathway in voluntary action looks like. Stimulus occurs when the teacher questions pupils. The pupil's receptor receives the stimulus and transmits the nerve impulse to the cerebrum through the sensory neuron. The cerebrum interprets the nerve impulse to be sent to the effectors. The effectors receives the information, and the pupil raise his hand to respond. That's all from me. The rest of the topic will be presented by the others.
There is so many questions, so little answer. Why? Well, there is only one question, doctor. What is the importance of reflex action, doctor? Seriously? You don't know what is reflex action? You don't know what is reflex action? No. No, doctor. Oh my god, Aieryl, what happened to you? Let me explain it to you what is reflex action, Aieryl.
Importance of reflex action. Reflex action produces spontaneous response without waiting for instruction from the brain. The additional time that is needed by the brain to analyze information before triggering a response can lead to serious injuries. Since reflex action involves the spinal cord, the brain can focus on higher level thinking.
And that is all you need to know about reflex action, Aieryl. What are you doing, Aieryl? But I still don't understand what is reflex action, doctor. Whoa, doctor! That is reflex action, doctor! Now I understand what is reflex action. My brain is doing higher level thinking, and my spinal cord doing the reflex action thingy. Woohoo! Thank you, doctor. Yes, Aieryl. Yes. But doctor, what is this, doctor? What is this, doctor? That is something that is related to neuron arc, Aieryl.
Hello. So today I am going to explain about the two neuron reflex arc. This reflex uses the nerve pathway that involves two neurons, that is the sensory neuron and the motor neuron. The doctor sometimes tests the effectiveness of someone's nerve system by tapping on the knee using a rubber hammer. When the tendon below the kneecap is knocked, the quadriceps muscle stretches and stimulates the stretch receptor to trigger nerve impulse. The sensory neuron transmits the nerve impulse to the motor neuron in the spinal cord. Then, the motor neuron then transmits impulses from the spinal cord to the quadriceps muscles. And lastly, the quadriceps muscles contracts, causing the leg to jerk to the front.
Whoa, wait, not so fast. Before we end this video, I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope this video will help you to understand more about the involuntary action and voluntary action. Bye!